Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. My favorite makeup today is this. This is from Cover FX. This is the perfect highlighting palette. This was a holiday palette that you could get at Ulta only, and these are the colors in it. Today I'm actually using two of them. I'm using the shade Blossom as a blush, and I'm also using Celestial as more of a highlight. They're both very shiny, but that's kind of the look I'm going for today because I'm in Georgia and I'm really sweaty, so I may as well embrace it. And now on to the video. Apologies for not having this video out sooner. There were actually a bunch of torrential downpours that happened yesterday in Georgia, and our power went out, so did our Wi-Fi, so I haven't been able to upload like I intended to, but you know, it's coming out today, and then there'll be more content coming out tomorrow as well. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look again at this Kat Von D 10th Anniversary Eyeshadow Palette. I am enjoying the palette, however, I've decided to set myself a bit of a challenge today. I'm only going to use the matte shades in this palette because all I want to do is use the shimmery ones, and I feel like I really need to get, you know, full experience on these shadows. So that's what we're going to do today, so let's get going. So first up, I'm going to take this Nancy shade and sort of take that across the lid. I have been sort of, I wouldn't say avoiding the matte shades in this palette, but they're certainly not my favorites. I'm really enjoying the shimmers a lot, and it's not that the mattes are bad, it's just sometimes they take a little bit more work, although they actually perform better on the actual eye than they do in swatches. And so we just did our first weekend of performances down here in Georgia, and the weather was for the most part really quite lovely until the rain started, and the rain just didn't really let up, just not even the slightest bit, so that was kind of fun. Don't mind so much when that happens. You know, we were undercover and so I didn't get completely soaking wet, but the fact that the power was out when we got home and we couldn't take showers right away, that was a little bit frustrating. Alright, so I'm liking the way that that looks, just sort of like a nice base shade. I think I want to try and take a little bit of this Malice shade, this sort of like reddish brown. It's not a shade I normally go for, but you know, I want to go see Deadpool later this week, so it's kind of reminding me of that. I do think that the matte shades perform better on the eye as long as you have the right kind of brush for them. They don't love the brushes I have with me on this trip. I could have brought additional brushes, but unfortunately I had limited packing space, so this is what we're going to deal with. So I don't appreciate that this is a little bit of a finicky palette in some ways, but I do think the color payoff can be very good. So far I do think this is looking pretty good. I think now we're going to take, I don't know the names of any of these shades. Next we're going to take the shade Sylvia, which is this sort of like light yellow shade next to the shimmer gold. Take that along the brow bone. I think I'll have better luck with that than I will with Melanie, which is a shade that does not really show up on my skin. This might be a little too yellow for what I'm going for, but better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right shade I want either. This is not the worst choice for a brow bone highlight, but it's not great either. And next I want to take some of this Carolyn shade. This is this deeper blue, and I want to run that under the lower lash line. I'm not sure that's going to look the way I want, but I want to see how it looks. Oh, let's put it this way. It applies very, very quickly, and it's automatically a little too much. This went on sort of like a pastel crayon, and not quite the subtle effect I was going for. I really didn't put that much on my brush, so I'll give it that. It does have a lot of pigment. Alright, so I added the shadow to the lower lash line. It was a little bit too heavy that way. I didn't even add more product to go across the top, so I think next time I would just reverse it. I do the top lash first and then do the lower lash just to get a little bit of a smudgy, as opposed to the sort of like deeper line I've really gotten here. I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. There's a tiny bit of fallout just coming off of this brush. So it's just something to be aware of. I will say that that shade is very, very pigmented, so I'm not mad about that. It's just going to be a little fussy. And last, I'm going to try using this shade down here, this Melanie shade, as sort of an inner corner highlight. Again, I don't tend to get really any color from this on my face, so I'm wondering if maybe you will see it in my inner, well, a little bit. You see it a little bit. I really pack it on there. Again, it's a subtle inner corner highlight, and I'm not one for that, but that's fine. Someone's definitely going to love that shade. It's just not me. Alright, going from here, I'm going to add a little bit of mascara and a tiny touch of eyeliner and some lip, and we'll be right back. For my liner today, I'm adding a little bit of the Kat Von D ink liner in the shade Dali, just to give myself a little bit of a lighter touch of blue to this. And for mascara today, I am trying out the Lancome Monsieur Big. So far, I'm pretty impressed with how well it volumizes. We'll see how the lasting power is. That's the one thing I find sometimes with some of those Lancome mascaras. They don't stay very long for me. So I'm hoping, I have high hopes for this one. It does look pretty good. And this is my finished look. I actually think that the mattes performed better than I was expecting. I'm not in love with all of the colors, but they are definitely very pigmented and they do look nice. I know with a good setting spray they will stay on all day. At least I found that when I've been mixing them with the shimmer shadows. Although this is not the look I would normally do, I would definitely add something to it. Like I really, really wanted to use like one of these two colors. You know, I do need to try to be adventurous and try different things. So overall, I'm enjoying this palette and I think it's giving me some good looks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, please subscribe. If you've got a suggestion for a video, put that in the comments down below. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I will see you all soon. Bye!